Welcome, Psychic Tuesday. I'm your guide, Bernice Bisson. Let's get started because we've got some crazy planets going on. I'm sure you've been feeling it for a little while. And we're, of course, going to look at all 12 signs. Listen to both your sun, moon, and rising. Your sun is like your divine masculine, it's your outer world, your responsibilities. Your moon is your internal world, your divine feminine, and your ascendant. It's what brings it together and drives it forward. And so you can listen to all three messages. We're going to start at the top, and I'm going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to go from one sign to their exact counterpart and back and forth. So we're going to start with Aries and Libra. So we're going to start with Aries. You've got the North Node and you've got Chiron, and it's all around some old wounds, healing. You might have been hit hard over this last 2-3 years, and you have a big shift in karma, and that's coming even by the end of the year. You're going to start to feel it in the next 6 weeks, and more so as we lead into your birthday. And the big messages for you are going to be around, you know, letting go of regrets, letting go of your regrets, and you don't own anyone else's regrets. And so um, it's about moving forward. And the North Node will create events in your life to compel you to move forward, whether you want to or not. And I feel like the universe is saying to you, have a little faith. And a little faith can go a really long way. And I had one of my favorite Aries tell me that that their faith was something that they hung on to so much that it would have gotten them through the worst times. But at any rate, hang on to that faith, and you don't own anyone's regrets. You're moving forward. It might feel like you're leaving people, situations, jobs, things behind, but no, in doing that, you're really stepping into a new world. And I feel like you've set yourself up for success, Aries, even if it doesn't feel like it at the moment. Libra, you had the South Node of Karma in your sign, all around your identity, relationships, your boundaries, how you would have effectively made peace or war. And so now you're really coming to some conclusive thoughts around that. So if you're in a relationship where you're like, I've kind of served my time, you might be making some decisions there. Otherwise, I feel like you could be making commitments. Whatever you're putting in place, I feel like someone is in need of your love. Offer it to them. Make the offer, Libra. I feel like you're coming to a time of understanding. You're coming to this time of seeing other people's side of the story, seeing other people's point of view, and maybe they're going to see yours and you're going to feel heard. And I feel like you're going to be able to make some sort of offer of love or commitment, even if that's to yourself. Even if it's like, I'm single, or my relationships have gone to the wayside. That's okay. It's even to yourself, because that's where it starts. Not to be too hokey dokey, but there we are. Let's keep going. Let's go to the Taurus Scorpio. Happy birthday, Scorpio. You have got Mercury and a new moon, and it kind of comes together, but you got lots going on. You also have your two ruling planets coming in for a showdown. Tense. And for you, it's going to show up. That's really going to impact siblings, home, family, kids, grandkids if you have them. So for you, Taurus, is you have a really strong full moon coming along with Uranus in your sign. And across from you is all the Scorpio energy with the sun. So as this comes forward for you, Taurus, is it's really going to come forward around relationships, where you're at with things, who's in your life, how you identify and what you want. You might finally figure it out. What do I want? And that could include friendships. And so watch for sabotage, watch for self-sabotage, people sabotaging your efforts. Maybe keep things close to your chest over the next 7 to 10 days. I wouldn't get too wordy with things. And I feel like you're going to find something that excites you, where you're going to feel like you can finally go all in. You can finally let down your guard and go all in. And I feel like it's going to come out of the blue. And I feel like watch for that full moon shedding light on people and situations around you. Could be a good date night. Okay. Let's keep going. Scorpio. And Scorpio, with your birthday, Mercury and this new moon, the beginning of November is going to be really important around offers, opportunities, resets, reorganizations, whether you're ready or not. At the same time, with Mars and Pluto sort of showing down, kind of opposite of each other, and they're in Cancer and Capricorn right now, and we're going to come back to that in a minute. But that's really going to impact like your sixth, your nine, and your third houses. And in saying that, home, family, decisions, moves, leases, chunky money, either you're dishing it out or it's coming to you. Hope it's coming to you. Um, and things being communicated, but this whole week and this next 10 days are all around this. So I'm sure you won't be too shocked when it shows up. But nonetheless, I feel like there could be around paying bills. And so yours, others coming to you, going out, you could be taking care of all kinds of that business. And when I feel like when I look at some of this stuff, I feel like you might feel a bit unappreciated. People are kind of absorbed with their energy. This is the time where you might just have to step up, suck it up, deal with it, and then take notes, take sort of tally for later. And you don't have to give your power away. You can set boundaries around this. You can say, I can only do this, I can only do that. Okay. Remember that. Okay, Scorpio. Gemini, sun, moon, rising. Gemini, you have Jupiter in your sign, retrograde, feeling a little low powered, feeling a little overwhelmed, feeling like maybe a lot going on, Geminis. And you could find that this is time where you're able to deepen relationships as opposed to skim over them, go by them too lightly. You might be going over old things, what people have said, and I don't care what. Don't give thought energy to what people say, do, or think, and what they think about you. And this is your life to live, and as long as you're happy with where you're at, because I feel like you might feeling like you're having to justify yourself in some way over this next 7 to 10 days, and I feel like you might also find intense chemistry with people, and not necessarily romantic. Could be business partners, friends, and hopefully romantic. They're Geminis. And I feel like you can find chemistry, and it could even be with workmates. You could find that, you're really jiving or gelling with workmates this next 7 to 10 days. Sagittarian, sun, moon, rising. You've got Venus and Mercury about to show up in your sign in a few days. So more towards this, the 5-day mark from now. But you've got Venus there, and really about your values and having to make decisions around some of your values. Like maybe you're having to either or this or that, feeling pulled. You could be feeling pulled of things you have to take care of at home, in your own body, in your own health, and what's going on around you, your money. And then you're feeling pulled about having to be at work, make money, be out there in the world. And so don't feel guilty. Guilt, I sometimes feel people feel guilty when they feel like they're powerless, and that it's just they feel like I shoulda, woulda, coulda, and so take responsibility for your choices, make different choices, make different decisions. You have an opportunity to turn some things around with the cycle, or find balance to your schedule, find balance to what's been teetering you over. It's going to be really good. So Venus is going to be really powerful for you, and really having you realign your decision making. And it could be the universe supports you to put the things you need in place for it to happen for you. Cancer and Capricorn, holy moly, the Cancerians, the stories. You have got Mars in your sign, really creating action, assertion, aggression, and showing down with Pluto at its final degrees of Capricorn. What is that final block for you, particularly maybe in relationships? Maybe you're going to put in a big effort to something that wasn't required before. You could be making plans that you never made before. You could be pushed into boundaries and comfort zones you've never been before, and it could be pretty big for you. Going to maybe traveling destinations you've never been, or taking the time off, you haven't done this before. So there's going to be some comfort zone stuff for you with Mars making you take action, and Pluto really questioning your power in something or pushing back on you in some way. And dishonesty could show up with people around you, could come in terms of like communications, pushing back. People could just want to make the argument for sake of making the argument, as opposed to really having an argument. And so I'd watch for that. And breathe, let it go, let them. This is going to be a week there, little Cancerians, you might just be saying, let them. That's fine, let them. All right. Then we've got Capricorn, Pluto in your sign, Sun, Moon, Rising. You've got Pluto at the very final degrees, finalizing, recapitalizing, reorganizing. This could be your identity, your career, where you're going, new directions in big ways, and really more so around what drives you, what moves you forward, how you see yourself in the world. So it's some big stuff for you. Um, you could be making the commitment to the new you, your new career path. This could involve taking bold steps into new directions, and remember, it's okay to be happy. Ultimately, that's what you're looking for, Capricorn, is you're looking for ways really just to be happy, just to be satisfied with what's going on for you and with people around you. And you're just trying to find that zen in your life, and you might have been feeling pretty challenged even over the last few years. And this could come around your career, your direction, where you're at. And now you're making, there's some final decisions around this. It could come conclusions of contracts, even if you've been in multi-year contracts, and it's a blessing. Believe me, don't feel like, oh my gosh, endings of things. Sometimes it's stale already. Get rid of it. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. You have a change in karma coming by the end of the year into January, February, right into 2026 with the North Node of Destiny. And what's really going to light up as well, because in Pisces across from you, you'll have Saturn, Neptune, and the South Node of Karma. And foreign shores, foreign lands, foreign places, places you want to go. I'm kicking my camera off. Places you want to go, people that live away. You could be making larger travel plans, Virgo. Foreign shores, foreign places. Relationships are fuzzy, confusing, a bit murky over the next 7 to 10 days. I don't know that this would be the time to start anything new. Forgiveness can go a long way, forgiving others, forgiving yourself, particularly if your own struggles. Sometimes we can get kind of caught up in their own mind, and all the things that happened in the past or in past ways that they could be kind of feeling like, I'm really needing some time to heal myself. And life can be hard and wonderful for you. It could be having to work hard, having to put into the grind, having to go do everything that needs to be done, and hoping that you could be loved at the end of the day. And I feel like that could come to you. It's being offered to you. Please accept it. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. I did forget Leo and Aquarius, but I'm coming back to you guys. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. You've got Neptune. You've got Saturn, you've got the South Node. This is, water is, you guys govern the ocean and water. And this next 2 years, it's all about water, folks. It's all about water everywhere. And keep that in mind. Powerful transformations, powerful ways of going about things. You could have felt a bit neglected over the last 7 to 10 days, much like our oceans are feeling neglected, but you could have been feeling neglected. And don't look outside yourself for answers. This could be feeling like a bit of a solo time for you, where you're really being required to go inward, really being required to look within yourself, look into yourself, look and be by yourself. And maybe you're learning to do that. Maybe that's something for you, Pisces, that you're really learning, just to be with your spirit and trusting it, and trusting that time alone is going to serve you. Okay, then we got Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Leos, you have the power, and you're going to find that it's going to be easy. Like, it's going to come to you in ways that you weren't expecting, ways that you were a bit shocked or surprised or unanticipated, and that all of these opportunities and wonderful things sort of come into your world in terms of, and just watch the ego with it. It could be that you might be feeling like you have to defend yourself, or like you have to stand up for yourself because you're just living your best life. And you could have people who are like, wow, what are they up to? How come they're doing that? How come this is going on there? And so keep that in mind, Leo. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Live your best life. You could find that your hackles could get up with people once they're questioning what you're doing. Aquarians, finally, Sun, Moon, Rising. My little Aquarians, you're about to have Pluto come into your sign. in the next 10 days, you're going to start to feel that you've probably been feeling the energy already, but it is a new day. It's a new dawn and it's a new era. And you're on the mend and you're on the fix. You're on the mend. You're perking yourself up as closer you get to your birthday. You're doing some deep regeneration, deep healing, deep recommitment. And don't hold grudges with people. Don't hold grudges. You could find that people are testing you, aggravating you, challenging you, forcing you to look at a few things. And, it's okay, Aquarius. I feel like this is going to be a good time for you to, you're healing things. You're really taking care of business. You're really getting on top of things that might have been left out of the way for a while. In the next 7 to 10 days, you're going to have opportunities to see those things clearly. Okay. Now let's get to callers. You can find me at bernicebissonpsychic.com. And we're going to go to our first caller. And we've got Danielle in Wichita. Danielle.
Danielle.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Bernice. I am in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I'm a psychic medium. How can I be of service to you?
I was interested in a mediumship.
Okay, well, I can try to answer something for you in the next few minutes. What would that be?
Is Justin, Bonnie, Chris, or Josh around me?
That's okay. I don't need the names, but let's think about people in your life, people that just bring them to mind. Bring yourself present. Bring yourself centered, and I'm gonna try to tune in and see what they might want to share with you today.
Okay.
All right. Responsibility. There's something about a man who passed who's talking about having to take care of his responsibilities, having to take care of responsibilities, and that I feel like the last thing would be for them to be on your shoulders or for them to wind up in your energy. And that this is even around financial responsibilities. There's something about that might have been placed on your shoulders that with this man, there's also a child spirit. And I don't want to be too esoteric with that, but this child spirit's been gone a little while as well. And the first thing that kind of comes to mind, this young person, sorry, it corrected me, this young person and habits and things that would have appeared or showed up in habits, people struggling around you or struggling. You may have tried to help people and struggling with their habits. And there's this young male guy and you did share the names and thank you. And I don't know which I'm talking about. I'm just sort of going to free flow message if that's okay. And
okay.
And that the habits that I feel like this younger man would have been struggling with. Again, that word responsibilities. He's with this man. I want to say older man, but honestly, I feel like you've had young people pass around you that have not. You have a man. I could have even been closer. I'm in my 50s, so he might have been closer to my age. He could have been maybe 60, not very old. And he keeps showing up with this younger man. And there's something about habits and maybe that, you're always there for people and, on your back. And I keep seeing the number 5 and 5 of you or 5, a group of 5. And that you're like always carrying the responsibility and people trying to help, trying to heal, trying to make things happen. I'm supposed to tell you about a third party situation around you right now that could become very frustrating. I'm sorry?
Okay.
Okay. So
and what they say about that?
Yeah, that there's things that are getting in the way of a relationship and that it feels like there's third party interference. And I just feel like these two men, this young guy, they have your back. They have your back. Like they're like, we're watching. And that you have maybe a challenging conversation that's going to come up around this. It's interesting because there's also something about social media that somebody could be Like, I even feel like maybe the interference or third party interference could have something on social media or on a social media. And that was messages that might come up. And they want you to know, I feel like this young guy, particularly, you're too amazing. Like, he's like, you're too amazing to put up with this, or you're too amazing for this. And you're going to think about maybe moving forward on your own. Oh, I wish I could just say, like, love and light and all these beautiful things, but I feel like you they would never lie to you. This, like, I almost feel like this young guy would never he would tell you, even if you didn't want to know. He also shows me the image of a lion, like, roar. Like, I don't know what the lion means, but it's like a powerful symbol around him in a,
Okay.
I feel, a good way. um there's something about music, song lyrics, like, someone really liked to, almost like they were a poet. And that when they talk about, it's funny because I'm going to go back to they wants me to go back to the third party thing, that you've seen signs of things, and they're just affirming that your gut has been on, and there's something, even in the last 4 months they keep telling me that um you might have had something in your mind around this, or that you might have been feeling it.
Okay.
um I want to go to something about a woman who is currently alive, in your family, that houses, moves, changing houses. Um, there's a commitment required from you. You could be helping someone with their change in residence. You could be having them stay with you, or you making a commitment to go to them. So there's something important about that showing up, um, as well. I keep hearing there's an apology coming. You might be in it. You might be in the apology. You could be getting
Okay.
the apology be very shortly. If I could be so bold, because I don't want you to go, oh, B's giving me bad news. I don't want to give you bad news. I feel like you're gonna get an apology. I feel like you've had interference in a relationship. Something feels very off, on, off, on, coming back around for you to really finalize something and move forward in this relationship. I almost wonder if you might go, you do you, I'm going to do me. And um you might put some serious boundaries in with someone, although I feel like there's some deep love with them, and that
Okay.
they're also struggling with habits, old patterns, old habits. And girl, you're the breaker of them. I feel like this has been a common theme. You have, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back to this lady. I almost want to go to like an auntie figure, and it just keeps, like, the sister, and she keeps showing up around you. There's something about a lady and her leg issues, legs, mobility, s- circulation, something about this. And I feel like you're carrying something on your back with this energy. You might have to, because I just feel like responsibilities are the word of the day, really, in my head for some reason. Um, at I don't know if I should ask the question, or do you know do you have there's something about social media that keeps coming up for you, and something could come to light for you. um Something could go viral, I guess. I would accept that too, but I
Something
feel
good
like
or something bad?
something good viral. But I
Okay.
also feel like, for instance, you could release a video, you could put something out there that actually does better than you think it was going to do, or better than it. Maybe you're putting some effort into something with your social media that is going to be quite good. I also think that you have interference in some sort of relationship that could come through social media as well, and to also pay attention to that, blocking is a good thing. And I never
Okay.
hesitate. Okay.
Right.
And because I don't want anyone trying to poop on your parade, like you could be trying to really put something in a good way, something out there. And I think you're going to be supported by the universe in it. I just feel like sometimes it's like crabs in a bucket. And the more success people see you having, um, the more they want to check a reality for you, And I just feel like um, the other piece Spirit wants me to tell you is to check in with your stomach, your body, um, your digestive tract. There could be something you're going to really maybe it's to trust it, I guess, but I feel like something you're going to really get on track with that around that. If I
Okay.
could, um, I feel like it's also okay to be happy as well. I feel like you really grind yourself down or you put yourself totally out or you work yourself to the end and you don't re- you don't give back to yourself or you're hardest on yourself. This is something that um they I feel like they want you to be happy. They keep saying treatment to me. um Somebody, maybe you were trying to help somebody with that. Maybe you're gifted that
Yeah.
way, helping people with
I have
like,
been trying to help somebody.
hmm you, there's something where you might even decide there could be even a pathway, a career pathway, a pathway forward for you in this. And I feel like your help is going to go somewhere. So I feel like whoever you're helping, where you're trying to help this person, I feel like you're holding space for them. This is something they've never experienced before with someone, that you remain detached, but you hold space for them and that they're very appreciative. I just feel like things could be a little hard over the next 10 days or so. Don't give up.
Okay.
Okay. Don't give
All
up.
right.
Um, the other thing that comes up is there's something about work. And I'm going to just say you could be having to travel into a new location, or there's something about a change in your location with work. And I don't know that it's about a job. It could just be that there's some sort of change in the location of where you're going to be working. I feel like could be quite beneficial to you as well.